The Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane studio.
All right, welcome back here off the bench. Hour number 2 on a Friday. Flynn, Chris Marler, Alondra, Braxton, Luke, all chilling with y'all this morning. We appreciate your time. So whether you're driving, whether you're at your office, whether you're just watching on YouTube, doesn't matter. We appreciate you tuning in. Hey, and if you're just chilling, you're sitting, not driving. If you're sitting and you want to just kind of chat, jump in the YouTube chat. Talk to us.
Smash that like button.
Smash the like button. That's right. All right, Mr. Marler.
It's time for me to shine?
No, not at all. Yesterday we talked a little bit about the most underrated teams that we thought in the SEC this year.
Yeah, we did.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about overrated teams. So teams that have a lot of expectations going into the season that we think, no, it might be a bad team that has mediocre expectations that you still don't think they're going to meet, or it might be somebody that has super high expectations. That's something to talk about. Alondra, I want to ask you as well, because I know, like we kind of talked about, when we do weekend winners and losers are your favorite. So I want to say,
the Auburn thing yesterday.
That was my winner, though.
I know, but I'm saying your positivity was.
So, Alondra, in the SEC, when we talk about people that might have a little bit of maybe overvalued, who do you think is not going to live up to the expectations that are being set for them right now, at least by the media and by the national in the Southeast Conference?
Okay, this is going to be a hot take.
Okay. That's what we're here for.
But I've been kind of like saying this is I just think that Ole Miss is getting so much credit from not only like SEC media, but national media.
Preach.
And there's just like so many. I know they have a lot of people returning, and I know that Pete Golding, and I know that Pete Golding coached in the playoff, right? But he had Charlie Weiss Jr. with him, and aside from all that, I do still think that it's like very unknown how this team coming into 2026 is going to be. And on the SEC preseason media poll that came out a couple weeks ago or last week or whatever it was, they had them ranked number 3, and we said
that's insane.
We said that we would move Ole Miss and put Oklahoma where they were. And so I just feel like, rightfully so, Lane Kiffin took so much heat off of Pete Golding, and everybody, like, Pete was able to galvanize the fan base and galvanize the players, and everybody was bought in on Pete, and I get why. I understand why. But
one at the podium, right? One at the podium.
Yeah.
Did a great job talking to the microphone.
Yeah. Right. So, but what are you going to do without Charlie Weiss? And what is Trinidad going to look like without him? Like, I'm assuming installing a whole new offense.
John David Baker, guy from Eastern Carolina.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure who their new offensive coordinator was.
I mean, that's
3 first names.
I mean, everybody talks about the Lane Kiffin departure being a big impact, but just as impactful as Charlie Weiss. I mean, that's coaches do. It's called a coaching tree for a reason, because they take a coach under one head coach that is innovative, can take that same system and put it somewhere else. That's a coaching tree, but you just uprooted the entire tree from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness, I'm a quarterback first guy always. So when it's talking about trying to predict the future and trying to, make some sort of bold prediction or rank somebody, rank a team, I always quarterback first. So I do think Trinidad has deservedly, he's the best. He should be ranked the best quarterback going into the season. But like I said, you have uprooted that coaching tree out of Ole Miss. And so it has to make an impact.
But we also took the quarterback's coach too, right?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, like the entire thing. And then I know that you have to take what you see from fan bases on the internet with a grain of salt, right? But they have such high expectations for Pete Golding. Like, another playoff appearance, 10-2. Like they're talking about if it's 10-2, they're gonna be disappointed.
Who was in charge of the defense last year for Ole Miss?
Pete Golding.
Okay, what's the reason they did not make the national championship game? When did Miami score in that game? When they took the lead with Trinidad Chambliss hitting what's his name? Daquan Wright, I think his name is.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Thank God. That they took the lead with like 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very familiar with Pete Golding.
Right.
I think he's going to be a better head coach than a coordinator because I think he gets the CEO part of it. Also, I do not want to interrupt. Are you?
No, I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because You think about the schedule, okay? You lost so many key components of last year. There's only so long you can still be mad about the LSU thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They are going to lose to LSU.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose to LSU by 10 plus points.
Okay.
And that's not saying that they're a bad football team. I just think LSU is going to be much better. And there's so many more key components on this side that I like better in that matchup than at Ole Miss.
I also think it's early enough in the season for where a lot of things haven't settled in systems to where. So that's another reason why, in my opinion.
They open with a Louisville team that's picked third in the ACC.
Yeah.
They're 6.5 point favorite.
Always a solid team too.
I mean, they should
Neutral site.
That's going to be we're not making enough about that game, but then you go through the schedule and you think about how SEC schedules work year in and year out. Ole Miss plays LSU at home. Mm-hmm. Everyone's talking about how big of a game that is, right? That is the game of the year. It's hard to get up back-to-back weeks, like emotionally, physically, all that kind of stuff. They go to the Swamp the next week.
Yeah.
Okay? Then they get a bye week. They are one of the 3 teams that has a bye week in week 5, so it means they got to close out the season with 8 straight games. That 4-game stretch of at Texas, Auburn at home, Georgia at home, at Oklahoma, those are 3 losses, period.
Mm-hmm.
Every first-year coach in this conference, no matter how good you are, Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, no matter how good you are in this league, it takes a minute to figure it out. And he was great in the playoff last year. But after that game, where Glenn Dorsey strip sacks John Parker Wilson, we all remember it, 2007, in Tuscaloosa, that derailed the rest of the season. Alabama lost to Mississippi State. They lost to Louisiana Monroe. They went 0-4 in November in year 1 of Nick Saban and Alabama. Kirby Smart lost to Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech, Tennessee, Florida, and Ole Miss in year 1. There's no way you're telling me that this guy is going to go 10-2 and just have it all figured out in year 1 of running the program. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I want Trinidad Chambliss to be great.
So I think that's why I prefaced it. Sorry, not to.
No, you're good.
That's why I prefaced it with this might be a hot take because I think people have such strong belief in Trinidad Chambliss, rightfully so. So that's why I kind of like hesitate to even kind of say it a little bit sometimes. But I truly believe that we are giving them so much credit without
coach.
knowing. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you were to put yourself in any other team's like position, like as if they were just like Ole Miss, I don't think any other team would be getting as much hype as they are. If LSU was like Ole Miss, where we lost half the staff.
It's because of Lane Kiffin leaving.
I mean,
like,
everybody wants them to be good, right? They want them to be good, and they're like, okay, well, they were a play away from the national championship. They have the best quarterback in the country going to this year. So, like, I get all that. That's easy. That's low hanging fruit, right? But the change that was made, and everybody wants them. It's like people thinking USA was going to beat Belgium, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wanted them, and like we fooled ourselves into thinking that they were better than they were.
Yeah.
That might be this situation this year with Ole Miss. Now, it all remains to be seen. Again, in college, when you got a quarterback that's better than everybody, like it can happen. Mm-hmm. But can he be better when that Lane Kiffin coaching tree was uprooted and taken away? And like you said, they had the defense.
Dude.
Like they've moved all the offensive coaches away, and the defensive coaches are still there. But again, the defense wasn't the strength of their team last year.
And he is a defensive coach. And again, listen, if I'm buying stock in a program for the future, I'm buying stock in Ole Miss. Like I firmly think that he is going to be a better head coach than defensive coordinator. Because, like, did you hear his conversation about what he was doing for high school recruiting? Like what his like mindset was? He goes, we want to focus primarily on guys that are 5 hours away in a 5-hour radius of Ole Miss. To me, that says like the dude is like locked in on how to recruit, who he wants to recruit, and he's very focused on like who they want to prioritize and what his vision for that program is. He is. There are not going to be any distractions. There's no hot yoga at 5:30 in the morning for Pete Golding. Right. He looks great, but we're not doing any more.
Hear me out.
He's having a glow up right now. Oh, man. Anyway. Don't let Puka see him. I'll tell you that.
He'll bite him.
Pete Golding, very biteable. So
I've always said it.
We've always
all
said
said
it.
it.
But I do think
Everybody's
it's
talking
hard
about
in
it.
year one to figure out how to manage all that. And I'm telling you right now, if you lose that game to LSU, it's just going to be very interesting to see how they are able to bounce back. I really like him as a coach. Ole Miss fans, do not get my mentions because y'all are crazy.
They're insane.
Yeah, but I think that's a good pick because I think that the ceiling is 9-3 and the floor is probably 7-5, and I think it's just anytime the ceiling and floor are that close to each other, it's not great.
And my thing, and this is very possible. Don't let them go into November with 2 or 3 losses.
Right.
Which is very possible.
I wish they had Michigan State on the road.
That fan base is going to turn on him real quick.
I disagree with that.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that they are going to. They're going to be frustrated if they lose to LSU in a certain way.
I guess I would look at it as like, okay, Keith Carter didn't even look anywhere else.
Right.
Like, you just decided to me, in the moment, it felt like a panic. I'm going to shove this in Lane Kiffin's face higher. Like, he was like, I'm going to just elevate Pete Golding. He didn't even try to look anywhere. And maybe he, like, does have that belief.
It happened, like, within a day, too.
Yeah.
Right?
So, to me, it felt like a petty, like, revenge thing. And maybe, like, Pete ends up being very successful. I don't think he's going to be, like...
I don't think he's winning a natty.
Horrible. I don't think he's going to be an awful coach, but...
I think it goes both ways. For whoever loses between LSU and Ole Miss, it'll be hard for either one to bounce back.
The next week? Who does LSU have next week? They have A&M, right?
I mean, I think...
that's a nightmare situation if they lose, too.
I hear what y'all are saying on this bounce back situation. I think that's from a fan perspective.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for fans to bounce back. Like the
Matt,
team's going to be all about.
They're going to move on.
We're both
Like
athletes here.
they're going to be like, okay, next game, fine. Like
yeah.
All right. Well, I built a lot of stock into that, so
I mean, that's what the week 3 game, LSU Ole Miss. Like it's such a big deal for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And rightfully, everybody wants to go to it. Like there's going to be frat fights everywhere. Like it's going to be a big emotional situation. But like on the field, I don't. It's just I don't like as much as this pains people to hear it. Pete Golding and Lane Kiffin are friends.
Yeah.
Right.
They probably text every day.
But also going on the road to Florida the following week is not easy to do in general.
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss, like, just to your point from earlier, there is a real chance that they're 0-1. It's a real chance.
Wish I didn't make that noise.
That's a weird noise that came out of your mouth.
Look.
I was really happy I didn't make eye contact with anybody when I did that.
I mean, there's well, you got to say, even if it's 1%, it's a real chance.
I agree with that. And the line hasn't moved all offseason. 6.5. It has not
That
come down
line
at all.
is calling my name so
For
hard.
sure.
Calling my name.
God, we got to do some gambling this fall, huh?
We do a pontoon parlay.
I know. I made the graphic. It's great.
So why did you make that noise when I said that? You
I
brought it up. You're the one that brought it up in the first place.
I think they're better than
Jeff Brom is a very good head coach, and we'll have them ready. Now, is there talent deficiency? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is Ole Miss a better football team? Yeah.
Yeah. And listen, Ole Miss has some pieces.
I don't know, Jim.
Ole Miss has some pieces that I do think are going to be difference makers there. And they're not, none of them are named Kejuan Lacey. None of them are named Trinidad Chambliss. Like, those are obviously difference makers. But I mean, like, Perkins off the edge is going to be really, really good. I really like the kid Jay Crawford they got in the portal from Ole Miss. Antonio Kite is back. Like they've got some pieces. I think Antonio Kite's still there. They've got some pieces in the secondary and that back seven that are going to be really good. I love the Farrelly kid they stole from Clemson. But I just again the line hasn't moved all offseason, which is just kind of odd when you think about it's not SEC Big Ten, it's SEC ACC. I'm so glad we spent the entire segment on this because that's such a good call again. 2 for 2.
I mean, some would say I know ball.
Yeah.
The kid from Clemson, is that the one that they were texting while he was in class at Clemson?
Sending pictures, and he was like, I already have a deal in place here. And he's like,
Ole Miss.
$1 million's not enough? How about this? And they just like screenshot a picture of like, like I'm sure Golding just like crossed out the number.
Great job, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Sue LSU for LSU kids for buyouts.
Yeah.
After doing all that.
Well, I have one for me. I won't make any noises.
Oh, no, hold on.
Wait, but let's hear it next
right
segment.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. Jeez, Dad.
Well,
it's because you get on a thing and
but
then
you talk really fast too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I'll leave.
Please, I didn't want to say it.
Confident Chris.
Yeah. No, this is good. I think everyone's gonna win. Besides Alabama.
besides your favorite team. All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be back, and we're going to hear Chris Marler's most overrated team in the SEC right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org. That's a website, of course, for Central Plumbing, the plumbing experts. And a long time, we just said the plumbing experts in the greater Baton Rouge area, but now plumbing experts in the greater Baton Rouge area and in Lafayette as well. And if you have a project, whether it's a commercial, residential job, it doesn't really matter because they are experts at all of it. They've been doing it a long time. Third generation company over there, the Payne family. They've been doing it, and they've been doing it the right way. They've been doing it the expert way for 3 generations. So go check if you have a project. They've done it for me. Food and beverage factory. It started out in an old dusty warehouse, 4 walls and a roof. And they turned that thing into a boiler, water lines, gas lines, you name it. It's absolutely incredible. They've done work with me at my house. So give them a call if you have a project, if you want to install a tankless water heater, if you got a runny toilet, doesn't really matter. Give them a call, centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now. Set up a motor, we need more seats. We just sold out all the floor seats.
Take me on a trip, I'd like to go someday. Take me to New York, I'd love to see LA.
Welcome back here off the bench. Friday morning. Friday. Excited for the weekend.
Me too. Spider-Man, we're going, right?
Wife and kids have been out of town for a couple days. They went to the beach. Get a little beach time in before school starts next week. I still can't believe it starts next week. So I've been missing my fam.
Dude, I think I told you this in Augusta, like back in Georgia, they started on July 20th.
What?
Like they've been in school for 2 weeks.
Let the kids have more summer.
This is also Kanye.
Stop taking off.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop taking off so many days during the school year. Just give them
Yeah.
longer summer.
Yeah.
Yo, get the
What are you
gym.
doing?
They take so much time off during
I don't like
school.
that. Me personally, I don't like that.
Me personally,
Back in me and Luke's day, when we were in school together, that was, you started on Labor Day and you ended on Memorial Day.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
I started August 20th, 19th, something like that.
This year? You're in school right now?
he's
Yeah,
in
still
college.
Jesus. We got to get
Well, we can complain, we can yell about it all we want, but it ain't going to change. So as your kids head back to school, Ochsner Health wants to remind families that a successful school year starts with good health.
good.
Marler. That means paying attention to more than just grades. Check in with your child's mental health. Encourage open conversations and make time to connect as they adjust to a new school year. Healthy habits matter. Pack balanced lunches with protein, fruits, veggies, whole grains, and let your kids help plan meals so they're more excited to make smart choices. So if your child plays sports, don't forget an annual sports physical, along with proper hydration, stretching, rest, and the right protective equipment to help keep them safe all season long. Many Ochsner Health locations offer both primary care and pediatric services in one convenient place with same-day appointments, extended afternoon hours, and even weekend availability at select locations. So for more back-to-school health tips, to schedule an appointment, visit ochsner.org/BR. All right. I know you are very... Wait, I got to ask a question.
Yeah, tell me. Or ask me.
Back to this last segment. Got a text during the break.
Oh, no.
And I was listening to you talk, but I kind of just blacked out when you said one thing.
Cool.
You said Pete Golding's doing it the right way.
I did not say that.
When it comes to recruiting. He said he's going to focus within 5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I said I liked his vision of what he's prioritizing. I didn't say he's doing it the right
Vision
way.
of what he's prioritizing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
So you said 5 hours from
Yeah.
Oxford. Do you think there's a lot of talent within 5 hours? Of
I think
Oxford?
Mississippi is a very underrated state for when it comes to recruiting. I think also that includes Louisiana, which they have Frank Lucas. What's his name? Frank Thomas.
How many
Wilson.
places in Louisiana are 5 hours from Oxford?
Maybe he goes 5.5 hours, Matt. I don't know.
Right.
But he's also from Hammond. He's very familiar with the state.
Sure.
They've got some pieces from LSU's
But
coaching
we
staff
got
last
Coach
year.
O. He can't come into the state.
Dude, Honestly, I could see Coach O meeting him at the state line and be like, no, come on now.
I don't think so, brother. I don't think so.
I got a fishing hole off I-10.
Dude, you had to send me that. Or maybe it was Taylor that sent me that. I didn't know that he'd said that on air.
Yeah.
On the coach's show. But no, I think he's going to recruit well. Think about this, too. What's 5 hours?
Maybe he doesn't like to fly.
Maybe
he's scared of planes.
The state of Alabama. You think
I
about
get it.
Memphis and some of the surrounding area of Nashville. That's a pretty good recruiting talent there. But Alabama, like the state of Alabama, I don't think is one of the premier states, but they do put out a lot of talent, like a lot of blue chip type players. And the state of or the University of Alabama is not recruiting them very well.
I think if you
right
stick
now.
within 5 hours of Oxford, that's good enough to win 7 to 9 games per year.
Sure.
That's
I
pretty
think what
good.
the ceiling for Ole Miss is. That's who they are as a program.
I think you should really, lock in on that. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, it just kind of struck me because that was a weird comment.
You wanted to bring that up and argue with me about it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit. I mean, we got 3 hours.
Show's
Yeah.
for.
We got 3 whole hours here, of course. All right, Mr. Marler, let's get to your most overrated and tell me why it's South Carolina.
First off, they are one of the most underrated. I will tell you two. Alabama,
Boom.
Texas A&M. I'll let you choose your own path. Actually, I'll just say I'll do the A&M thing. Because I don't want to talk bad about Alabama right now, especially with that Lance Dickinson in the chat, or whatever that guy's name is. I don't think Alabama's going to be much better. I have said this repeatedly, and it's a phenomenal joke, and I'm sure you'll all laugh at it now with this warm-up for it. My goal weight for the wedding is to be as thin as Alabama is in the trenches. Am I right? Come on now. Hello. Luke gets it. So there's no chance you're telling me Alabama last year, how bad that offensive line was. There's no chance in the H word.
What's wrong with you?
So much, dude. So where do you want to start? You want to do hour 3 for that? Tune in for hour 4. We talk about daddy.
Top 5 things wrong with you.
I'm so sick of you bringing your dad up.
What's up, guys? I'm Chris. Here's my top 5 things that are wrong with me mentally. Smash that like button.
Number
1, my haircut. 2, built like a 1990s PE teacher. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Okay, all right.
So you're not going to sit here and tell me with Alabama that I meant male PE teacher. To be very clear.
Yeah, we definitely all thought that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm built like a Lane Bryant model. So here's the thing. All right, hold on. Strap in.
You just reached a flow state.
Yeah, I did. I don't even know what that means. All right, so only one person here not laughing. It's Luke, and I'm going to make him laugh by the end of the day. It's unbelievable. We're never flipping tires again, brother. All right, so here's the thing. Alabama.
Okay.
You're not going to tell me the offensive line that was so bad last year, you had negative 3 yards rushing in the SEC championship game. Not just that, they were bad all year. You and I have talked about this. It was real cute when they had Caden Proctor out there catching screen passes against Georgia. You know what's cuter than that? Being able to run behind your left tackle. Not putting him in the, what do you call it, the wildcat formation in the goal line against Vanderbilt, okay? Now, that offensive line was terrible, and you lost all of the good pieces of it. You lost a 3-year starter at center, and you lost a top 12 pick in the NFL draft at left tackle. I do not think that they are going to somehow be better up front with like addition by subtraction. The defensive line and the front 7, you lost 6 of 7 there. Secondary should be great, but I do not think that the front 7 is going to be there. I don't trust Alabama to somehow be remarkably better. And also, they won 11 games last year, so I don't see them repeating that. Now, the team that I want to talk the most slander about, though, that I don't get is Texas A&M.
Why is Kalen DeBoer's face so red?
That's a good question, man. I think winning's important. I don't think it's the only
You
thing.
want to try to play good?
I
It's very strange.
He's a good coach. He's like a really good coach.
Super boring.
Super boring.
Like, brings no juice to the table.
I get really tired of the whole conversations about him losing 4 games. It's like, yes, he won 11, and he made it to the second round of the college football playoff last year. But A&M, why should they take a step back? Well, they won 11 games last year, for one. It's the most they've had in the regular season in program history. So you would assume they'd probably take a step back and not do that again. It's nothing to do with Marcel Reed. I think he's a good quarterback. But we talk about continuity all the time. You had last year, the strength of Texas A&M was not the defense, even though they have Mike Elko. The strength was you had an offensive line that had 177 combined starts across the 5 starters on the offensive line. It was the most in the country. You lost 4 of 5 starters on the offensive line. You also lost a first-round pick at receiver in Casey Concepcion, who was also your return man. LSU fans remember him. He's really, really good. He's gone. And oh, by the way, you lost your offensive coordinator, and you promoted from within Holloman Wiggins. I have a hard time believing a quarterback who's been a career 63% completion percentage type guy, who's good at times, but not always in the big moments, as you saw last year in the CFP. I have a hard time believing that behind 4 new starters, and I'll tell you right now, one of the projected starters, Trevon Ball, who's from South Carolina, who graded out at a 29 against LSU, not a good player. Just not a good player. I have a hard time believing that offense is going to somehow be.
What position was he?
He was a right guard.
He graded as a 29.
I thought. It was
and they beat us that bad.
No, it's South Carolina. He was in South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, and now he's going to start at A&M. But again, you're talking about a drop off from the most experienced offensive line in the country. And there's so many things that have changed with college football now that what wins games. It does not have to be the blue chip ratio that we kind of talked about yesterday. It doesn't have to be just 4- and 5-star recruits, but like having guys that are capable and veterans, like in winning in the trenches, that has not changed. And I don't think A&M has that up front or on their offense. Rest my case.
You know how when somebody's given a speech or has to talk in front of a crowd, or they're nervous about performing in front of a crowd for the first time, you're like, picture everybody naked.
Yeah.
Right? That's the old thing. Like, picture everyone naked, or picture them dressed up like a chicken or whatever.
I go with naked.
Marcel Reed should picture every defense as LSU. Because that guy has been, for LSU fans, like nightmares about that guy. He has played his best games of his career against LSU. And in making plays that weren't accidents. Like not making plays where he just threw it up and, Concepcion just made the play.
Right.
I'm talking about reading through the defense, going through and hitting his back foot and hitting a seam route against cover 2. Like making plays, big-time quarterback plays, not accidental, just I'm a good athlete type play. So I've seen him do it. Can he do it consistently? That's and LSU's defense was, no slouch. They weren't the most intimidating, greatest defense we ever seen at LSU.
So many running yards.
But man, they he's for whatever reason. So if they got dudes, they got talent everywhere.
Sure.
I still talk with Tommy Moffitt, and it's like he's always like, man, we got freaks over here.
Yeah.
Just I know there's talent, and if he can put it together, and why can't Marcel do that? Like he has so much experience now.
He is one of the few. He's technically one of I think 3 3-year starters in the SEC, along with Lenore Sellers and John Mateer. But Mateer is obviously his first year was at Washington State. B-Rax, we've been talking about the schedules all morning. You look at A&M's schedule, another reason I'm not very high on them. I love their first 2 months. There's not a schedule in the country that placates to the identity of a program more than the one that's in College Station, that Texas 8-4, that always falls off on November. You look at the schedule, I think they lose to LSU here. I think they beat Alabama. It sets up very well for them in September and October, especially with those 2 games I just mentioned, the teams they play beforehand versus the teams their opponent plays beforehand. But you get to November, and you get a bye week before this stretch. But you close out with at South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma on the road, and Texas. You are going to lose at least 2, maybe 3 of those. And if you want to sit here and roll your eyes with the South Carolina thing, they went to Williams-Brice 2 years ago as a top 10 team after beating LSU.
I will say South Carolina is a hard place to play.
44
it is
to 20.
A tough place to play.
That was a worse probably not a worse South Carolina team, but they got beat 44 to 20. So it's and then you get Tennessee at home before you close out with your old Big 12 rivals.
Chris Marler,
how do we do?
Stays locked on Cox.
Wait, we got Bama slander and A&M slander in the same segment. All right, we're gonna go to break.
So to tell you whether they're properly rated or not, Vegas win total for them for Texas A&M is 8.5 this year.
Yeah.
So I know they won 11 last year. That's going to be a tough feat for them to get to, but from an experience standpoint, a quarterback over there, and we've seen him play well. He is experienced, and I would think, just like in the progression, you're in the same system with the same team, which is very rare in college football for that long as a quarterback. You are going to make some strides, and so we've seen him have the talent to do it, and I got no reason to say he's not going to be better this year than he has been in the past. So We'll see. I think the sky's kind of the limit for them. We'll see. It'll all come down to a couple of games, and that last 3-game stretch is going to be a tough one.
I agree.
Not 4.
You're wrong, but
3 games.
It's fine.
All right. We'll go to break, and we'll talk who I think will be the most overrated team in the SEC when we come back right here and Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, if you've been putting off updating that old bathtub or shower because you think it's going to take weeks, think it might tear your house apart or cost a fortune, I've got good news, people. Bath Fitter is changing the way South Louisiana remodels bathrooms. Bath Fitter creates custom-made tubs, showers, and wall systems that are built to fit your existing space with no major demolition. And in many cases, they can install your brand new bath or shower in as little as 1 day. That's right, just 1 day. So whether your bathroom is outdated, maybe it's difficult to clean, or it just doesn't fit your family's needs anymore, Bath Fitter is the solution. They can replace an old tub, install a beautiful walk-in shower, and make the process super easy. And every installation is custom measured for your home. And because there are no grout lines to scrub, maintenance is simple, and your new bathroom stays looking great for years to come. Plus, everything is backed by a lifetime warranty. So if you're ready to love your bathroom again, schedule your free in-home consultation today at bathfitter.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind. I look for peace, but see I don't attain what I need for keeps this silly game we play. Now look at this. Madness, the magnet keeps attracting me. I try to run, but see I'm not that fast. I think I'm first, but surely finish last.
I really did it.
All right, welcome back here Off the Bench. Friday morning. What time is it? It's 8:38 in the morning. Fired up. If you're listening to us, we appreciate you joining in. Maybe you've started the weekend a little bit early. Maybe you just decided to do a three-day weekend just for no reason. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
What did you just? Did you just put 2 Celsius in that small amount of water?
That's the normal amount.
Okay.
Don't start this. Or I can go back to the apricot.
Less is more sometimes, bud. You already had good natural energy.
I did feel really good.
You had the endorphins flowing from flipping tires with Luke.
Luke's on the board now.
What?
Or what do they call that?
The old switcheroo.
The old switcheroo. And we really killed it last segment, I felt like.
Really?
Oh, we were laughing a lot.
I was laughing. I had tears.
I don't go by
Tears popping out of my eyeballs.
my success about, you were crying a lot. You're like me, man.
Someone texted me and they were like, I'm turning this off. And I said, okay, LOL. And they said, really terrible.
Oh, why?
And I put,
you're doing the do the roar voice.
that's my only thing I know.
Do the roar.
Either or.
That's so good. Yeah. What? Oh, okay. I mean, was it Kalen DeBoer? Was he upset?
It was Kalen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He pissed him off.
It's weird that you guys have his number, but well, I hate to
I
lose
have a
that
lot
guy.
of people's numbers that you probably don't have. No big deal.
Dude, I got this new phone and I lost like 3 numbers, and I don't know. It's Billy Lucci, Josh Pate, and my uncle. Those are like the main 3 that I've found so far.
I feel like you can just leave Billy Lucci off your phone.
I love
but
Billy.
That's such a weird reaction.
He's so well, we're big Creed fans. We do a lot of Creed stuff together.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
he came on this show during media days and he was like, what did he say? I think Jake asked him like, what is the coolest sporting event you've ever been to? And he was like, I went to the World Cup and we went on a private plane and this and that. And then after we went to dinner and Drake was there. And I was like, bro, can you just like, the most humble bragging person I've ever met in my life.
It's the least humble bragging. It's why I love him.
He's just bragging.
I had lunch with him a couple times when we were in Tampa, and it was like, I don't remember how it even got brought up, and he was like, I could do 8 pull-ups easy. And I was
No,
like,
you can't.
What? What is happening right now?
Sir, you don't
Prove it.
give one
Yeah, I think I
pull-up.
pulled out all the cash in my wallet, which was too much because we had gone to the casino.
There was a
I like,
playground right next to the hotel where media was. You could have done a
you're
pull-up.
right.
You could have gotten some pull-ups in.
I was like, I will bet you $122.
Billy looks like he's not allowed near a playground.
Bet
Oh,
you
that's mean.
$50,000.
If it was anyone else, I would laugh though. That's pretty good. Pretty good joke.
You have weird boundaries.
Yeah, fair. Very fair.
All right.
You're up.
So Londra, Ole Miss, most overrated.
I think so.
Marler, Alabama,
And A&M.
and A&M. The next thing I'm going to say that I believe it's just because of how highly they are ranked. Texas Longhorns.
Mm-hmm.
They are, being discussed as preseason number 1 potentially.
Right.
I do not think that if you're ranking somebody number 1, you are saying, I think this is going to be the national champion.
Right.
Basically. I don't think they are going to do that. I don't think they have the DNA to do that. I don't think Sarkisian has the DNA to do that. Hadn't proven it, at least. I think he's a very good coach. I don't know if he's got there's something about it. I don't know. There's a temperament about it. Ever since he yelled at that one guy holding him back in the tunnel, I just felt like they might not have the temperament over there. Now, I think Arch is where last year he was overhyped and over-talked about. I think he's a little bit under-talked about this year. I think he is a very good quarterback. But I just don't know if Texas has built the DNA to last the length of a season plus playoffs and win week in, week out. Now, Marlo, you said they're going to go 12-0.
It's my worst take.
It's a pretty.
It is my worst.
It is a pretty tough schedule to get through.
It is the hardest schedule in the country, without a doubt.
There's
Yeah,
two
but I thought
stretches
they
in
always
it.
had soft schedules.
They have,
Yeah.
but this year is not like that. They
Yeah.
play.
They didn't want to play Texas Tech in 2 months' notice.
That's the dumbest argument. They cannot. First off, Texas Tech doesn't play a single team ranked inside the top
Okay, well,
27.
don't get distracted.
Okay, sorry. They get Ohio State. They get them at home though. They don't have a single FCS opponent. They play 11. Is it 11? No, they play 10 Power 4.
They do. They start with Texas State, and then week 3 they have University of Texas San Antonio.
In between that, they play Ohio State. They got
Yeah.
a road trip
Go
to
Runners.
Tennessee.
That 4-game stretch after starting week 4 at Tennessee, but then they got 3 home games: Oklahoma, Florida, and Ole Miss. All
Oklahoma's not a
favorable.
home Oklahoma's not a home game.
I'm sorry. Yes,
Dallas.
it is it's in Dallas. It's
The Cotton Bowl.
Yep, Cotton Bowl. And I think Oklahoma's going to win that game because I think Oklahoma's going to be very dangerous. That was our underrated pick yesterday. And then they have another stretch later in the season, which is at Missouri, at LSU, home against Arkansas. We'll skip that one, and then at Texas A&M to finish the season. So they have 2 really tough stretches in there, and then outside of those 2 tough stretches, they have Ohio State.
Yeah.
Who's the other team that people are talking about being number 1 before the season. So, do I think they're going to be really good? Yeah, of course they're going to be really good. They got a lot of talent. They got they got a really good quarterback. But do I think they're going to win the national championship? Which a lot of people are again talking about number 1 in the country. That means you think they're going to win the national championship. I don't think they are not going to meet that expectation. I just don't think they have built yet that DNA in Texas. So until they prove me wrong, I will always doubt that they can win it all.
I think that's fair. I also think that the way that this roster is built, you've got 4 potential top 15 overall picks in the NFL draft next year, and they're all at the most important positions.
What's their blue chip ratio?
It's actually not that high. It's actually 5th in the SEC, according to what I saw yesterday from Punt and Rally. I believe it is. Hold on, let me pull it up.
I don't actually care.
Oh, okay. Well, you asked, so my bad.
There's a blue chip ratio. That's a thing.
It's been like the fail-proof way to figure out who's going to compete for a national title every year until Indiana.
The fail-proof or foolproof.
I think it's fail-proof.
I think it's foolproof.
Ooh, I put fail-proof in my article. That's not good. And I changed it from foolproof. Oh, what an idiot.
But fail-proof does make sense, though.
It does.
Right?
In
But
your
I think
defense.
the saying's foolproof.
Oh, you guys are really supportive today. So I think that the biggest thing for me is they went to the portal. They got 2 really good running backs. This is a fair.
Oh, I
just-
actually
Okay.
kind of shiver.
Cam Coleman, top receiver, potentially probably the number 2 receiver in the NFL draft next year behind Jeremiah Smith. Arch Manning, who I think might come back for another year. He could be one of the top quarterbacks.
Well,
and
why would you even make that comment? You don't even know how he's going to play this year.
I mean,
It's like last year, people saying he's going to be the number 1 pick in the 2026 draft before last season.
yeah.
Like, you don't know if he's going to be good enough to be in the NFL?
No, that's fair. I said it because I thought it'd be a really hot take.
Okay,
Really cool.
whoopsies.
And then you have so here's the big thing with Texas why they failed last year is because that offensive line was not very good and they lost a lot. They lost 4 players to the NFL draft and they took a giant step back. This year they have one of the better offensive lines not only in the SEC but the country. They get 2 running backs in the portal that should be like one of the big reasons for Sark's offense success every year. A lot of people think it's like they're throwing the ball over the field. It's predicated off the run. They've had an average of 2,400 yards rushing as a team in his first, I think, 4 seasons he was in Texas. Last year they had 1,600. So it's like a significant drop-off. I think they get back to that this year behind a better offensive line. They've got weapons everywhere. Colin Simmons might be the best edge rusher behind Dylan Stewart.
Look, they're going to be really good, but they're looking at their schedule. There's a real opportunity that they start the year 3-2.
That's very fair. Dude, that game at Tennessee is not easy.
The game at Tennessee is absolutely not going to be easy. Now, to your point, like, they're really good.
Yeah.
But to be ranked number 1 going into the year, there's a real chance that they're going to start the season out 3-2.
They're ranked 1?
They're talking about people are going back and forth where they're number 1.
Oh,
Ohio
okay, in
State,
Georgia.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Like normally, not in the SEC.
Yeah,
just
in the country.
The entire country.
In the
okay.
country, yeah.
As
So-
someone who thought Texas was overrated last season, I don't think they are this season. But the offensive line was basically the entire reason I thought they were last season, and they lost some wide receivers.
Well, we will find out week 2, September 12th. They will take on Ohio State. So we will see how good they are or are not very quickly in the season. So, all right, we're going to come back, finish out hour number 2 right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Cannonball. Cannonball season.
That was a waterfall for saying panics.
At Russell Pools, they could also make a waterfall in your backyard if you wanted to. Yeah, they can really do anything.
Yeah.
If you want like a square pool or just like a kidney bean shape, whatever it is, like they can do it.
Yeah.
They can do whatever you want. Or if you want a resort style pool, you want a lazy river, you want a waterfall, maybe it's a grotto. Can I get a hot tub? Somebody? Russell Pools can do it. They got 2 landscape architects on staff. So if you go to them, you call them and say, hey, I've been wanting to do a pool in the backyard for a long time. Can you help me? Yeah. Well, they're going to come out to your house. They're going to look at your space. They're going to talk to you. The landscape architects, they're going to take your dream to reality. They're going to draw it. They're going to design it. They're going to engineer it, build it, maintain it. They can literally do everything. And also, they can renovate. If you bought a house with an old pool, they can renovate it and make it look incredible. Right over there at Russell Pools. Go to russellpools.com.
Turn up the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, I want y'all to see this. Turn up the lights in here, baby. You know what I need, want you to see everything.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back here Off the Bench. We are closing out hour number 2. Time flies when you're having fun. A lot of SEC talk, a lot of sports talk today.
On the Sports Talk Show.
It's not normal for Off the Bench.
We sprinkled in some stuff.
Yeah, bunch of jokes. Did y'all see the video release by the Saints yesterday of Drew Brees calling or FaceTiming Sean Payton, asking him to be, introduce him at his Hall of Fame induction? I was watching it. I was like, man, it's a nice moment. Like, Sean Payton's getting emotional. He's crying, and rightfully so. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's a big deal to be asked. Big deal for a quarterback that you coached for a long time. Makes the NFL Hall of Fame. Probably the biggest single honor that a player can get in all of tackle football.
Yeah.
Is being a NFL Hall of Famer.
That makes sense.
My second thought was like, wow, he didn't give him a lot of heads up.
Yeah, that's also true.
They start training camp. He's a head coach for the Broncos. That speech isn't like a 30-second, hey,
No.
Drew Brees, everybody. Like, it's a speech.
Yeah.
Like, it's a long situation, and there's a lot of pressure that's put on that. Like, if I was doing it, I'd want at least a month to start writing, get with my friend ChatGPT, really work out the kinks. You know what I mean? You didn't give him a lot of heads up. The induction is August 8th.
August 8th.
Yeah, it's
Two Sundays from now?
July 31st right now. So it's next Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Yeah, it's next Saturday.
The game's on Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time. Surely he had
Not a lot of heads up. Maybe was it a pre-recorded thing?
You wonder.
You gotta wonder. But yeah, they're about to start training camp. So Sean Payton will be in training camp. He will have to leave his team for a day.
Yeah.
Probably needed to know that a little bit before. So
I agree with that.
But how do you do? Have you ever given him to give a speech?
Yeah, I'm sure. I did.
Well, I know you did do stand up. Were you ever nervous?
I mean, yeah, but usually,
But you wake up nervous
when it was when it was time to actually go on stage. I was always I felt fine.
Yeah, so I've given some speeches, and public speaking is not my thing. I've actually since I've been on radio, I've been better at speaking in public or to groups. But yeah, it's never been my thing. Now I think I've done it. When I have proper time to plan it out.
Yeah,
which I don't plan. You might be shocked. I'm not the biggest planner out there.
The eulogies are awesome.
Well, yeah. Well, there's not might shock some people. Not a lot of time put into it.
Yeah,
but. It is what it is. But anyway, it's going to be an awesome moment. Drew Brees, congrats to him. Again, from everybody, all the Saints fans, super fired up for his Hall of Fame.
Falcons fans.
No.
What?
You cannot claim that you're happy for Drew Brees.
What? Why? You can't be happy for people?
Congratulations. And I hope Sean Payton, on a week's notice, you kill it and you can leave your team. It's going to be fine. Stick with us right here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
All right, go to K to Z Blinds. K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, KTZBlinds.com. Go check them out if you are if you're looking to really spruce up the house a little bit. Change those window coverings. We're talking interiors, we're talking outdoor. So in the outdoor, you got the motorized shades. At a press of the button, they go up and down.
That's awesome.
And they can turn your outdoor living space, where you grill, you got your little couch, whatever. They can turn it into extension of your home. You keep that door open, even in the middle of summer. It might be 92 actual degrees, not how the weather feels, but 92 actual degrees outside.
Love that.
But it could be 10, 15 degrees cooler when you have those motorized shades down outside. Also inside, they'll come out and give you a free in-home consultation. If you got outdated blinds, harsh sunlight in the rooms, or you just your house doesn't feel finished. Time to call K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. So call today. Brandon Barr and his team will hook you up. Go to K2ZBlinds.com.